All right, guys. Wow, what a huge turnout. This is awesome. Okay, I'm going to jump right into it. I'll give you a brief history of who I am. So in 2008, I started a Facebook advertising company called AdParlor. Grew it to about $100 million revenue run rate without taking any funding. And in 2011, we sold it to AdKnowledge. Just completed the 3-year earnout, and now I am ready to start something else and trying to figure out what to do next. So what I'm going to do is give you guys some tips on bootstrapping success. I mean, these days the funding markets are crazy and people are raising money all the time at crazy valuations. But back then it wasn't as easy, and we were able to do it without raising any money. So very briefly, what we did at AdParlor is we optimized Facebook advertising. So if you were a big company and you were looking to advertise on Facebook, we'd be able to create hundreds or thousands of ad variations at once, and then figure out in real time what was working and what was not working. So for example, Netflix was one of our clients. They want to buy ads on Facebook, they want people to click on the ad, and they want them to sign up for Netflix. So we would start to optimize in real time and figure out if we show the ad with the red image to a 24-year-old female on Sundays at 2 p.m., they were likely to click and likely to sign up for Netflix. So if we could figure that out, we would then put more money towards that specific ad that was working well and pull money away from ads that weren't working well. So here are some tips to bootstrapping success. The first one is to work your ass off. And this is kind of, everyone talks about it, but this is what we did. So the co-founders, we worked about 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We actually didn't know the difference between weekdays and weekends. It didn't really matter. And we actually didn't even like long weekends because for some reason nobody else was working while we were trying to work away. But what it did is it set the tone for all the employees. So when employee number 3 came, employee number 4 came, employee number 5 came, we never really had working hours, but they were just kind of obliged or felt like they had to work as hard as we did, and we ended up building a culture where everyone was kind of working all the time. I used to say when we had 10 people, we got the work done of about 30 people. And we incentivized them. So we had an employee option pool where we took 10% of the initial equity and we gave it out to the first few employees, and that incentivized them and eventually rewarded them for all their hard work. Two, the last guy pretty much just stole exactly what I said. Thank you very much. But is about an innovative approach to getting PR. So exactly what you did is what we would do is we would set up Google alerts for any topic that was relevant to us. And then what we would do is provide these writers with as much relevant information as we could. So if someone wrote about Facebook advertising, I would then write back and give them my comments or my feedback or any data that we had specific to the topic that they wrote about. Eventually, they saw us as industry experts, and whenever they'd write an article, they would reach out to us to say, hey, what's your opinion on this new feature Facebook is launching? Or do you have any data on this particular topic? So that's how we were able to get a ton of great press just by providing useful feedback and useful data. Third is using our advertising dollars very tactfully. So in our business, our biggest source of leads was actually Facebook employees. So if you're Starbucks and you want to advertise on Facebook, the first person you're going to go to is Facebook and say, okay, I want to advertise on your platform, and I may need a technology partner to help me scale my advertising. So our best sales leads were Facebook employees. So what we did is we started to write content that we knew Facebook employees would like, and then we'd post it on our Facebook page. So for example, then we would buy ads and specifically target Facebook employees. So on Facebook, you can target by employer, so we would buy ads on Facebook to target Facebook employees. So this particular example, we wrote an article about why posting a video directly on Facebook is better than posting a video on YouTube, and then kind of reposting it. And we started to advertise to Facebook employees. And over here you can see David Fisher, he's the VP of Advertising and Global Operations. He then reposted our Facebook post and shared it to all his Facebook employees and clients. So it was a great little tactic. Use employee targeting on Facebook to go after the people you want. The fourth thing is to get things for free. So we were able to spend most of the money we spent buying ads on Facebook through a personal Bank of Montreal MasterCard, which collected air miles. My time's up. I'm going to be very quick. And air miles can be used for more than just flights and hotels. It can be used for desks, chairs, computers, all that stuff. We were gaining enough air miles such that we were able to eliminate most of our expenses. And the last one is just to spend as much time in the Valley as you can. So there's a program, if you Google it, Canadian Technology Accelerator. They'll help you, as a Canadian company, go out to the Valley. And for us, it was a complete game changer. Spent a ton of time out there and changed the entire perspective and the trajectory of the business. Thank you, guys. Any questions? You can post a question on Twitter. I saw someone at the back who was upset that he couldn't ask a question. Anybody? Yep.
With the work schedule that you guys had in the first slide, how did you avoid burnout for the 3 years that you were actually there?
I think we had a really good repeat the question. How would we avoid burnout working that many hours? I guess I was a little bit younger then, so I didn't really think about it. And also we kind of had a really good trajectory where the business just kept growing. So we were just feeding off the energy of growing and kind of the pace. But eventually we would have burnt out.
Are you guys exclusively with Facebook ads, or are you with other platforms, or have you thought of expanding other platforms?
Yeah, so I'm no longer there, but for the longest time we were just on Facebook, and then about a year ago we expanded to Twitter. Yep. Yeah, so the question was, how was being in the Valley a game changer? I think everyone over there is just this is actually amazing right now. But I mean, Toronto was probably not even this good 4 or 5 years ago. Everyone over there is super smart. Everyone you meet is working on amazing things. And it just lended itself to amazing introductions, right? I mean, for our business specifically, it was important for us to be connected to Facebook and connected to Twitter. And a lot of our big clients were game developers, and then we're also out there. So it was just a very good networking opportunity and meeting with a lot of smart people. Thank you, guys.